Hello, welcome to the Intellectual City podcast. I'm TT Talks, also known as Thomas. Monomachi is also here. We have
Yo,
KriptiksGaming, and today on the show we have Fried Rice, also known as Patrick. What's going on, Patrick?
Hola, hola, hola. It's been a long time coming. I finally made it onto the show.
yeah.
It's only been going on for 1 week. It hasn't really been
Finally
that
made it.
long.
I finally made it.
1 week.
Years of trying to get onto the show.
It's not
He's
even a
been
Yeah,
show.
waiting
we're
for at
serious.
least 2 decades.
Well,
No, three.
Dude,
At
3
least.
decades.
this is the future Johnny Carson. This is where people are gonna go on. Their careers will be set for life once they get on the show. Well, Patrick, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, what's going on?
What should the fans know?
I'm like the same age as these guys.
We're
Huh?
at
97,
Pretty
29.
boring
Yeah.
life.
97.
Yeah, I lead a pretty boring life.
Oh,
Don't we
Not much
all?
to
I'm
go
just
on. I
lonely.
just have great on certain topics. That's why they put me on the show.
We're not like Derrien, the exciting.
well, uh, I think we should just get this out of the way. Well, we originally were gonna have Darian on the podcast, but then he said he was going bowling with girls, so we couldn't have him on here.
But why? My question is why specifically girls?
He's going bowling with frickin'
Oh,
Oh no. I
anyway,
ran out of ideas.
so, so
Should we cut that out?
Patrick, what
What
are
did
some
she
things
want?
that you what are some things that you enjoy? What are some
I'm
topics that you
gonna
like talking about?
I don't know, man.
Obama.
You don't know?
Obama.
Oh, I
Barack
thought
There's a
versus
recent
Obama.
article talking about the Steelers' early football camp. A
So
little
did
heavy
I.
hit.
nobody knows about football.
You know, I'm a
I know about
Steelers fan
baseball. Basil,
myself.
how do you
Jules.
feel about the new trade that they?
The Mets
Ooh.
trade that literally the Mets sucks. Why do they do that? That's my question.
Okay, so for you guys at home, the Mets traded this random player named Marcus Stroman on the
Marcus
Blue
Stroman,
Jays.
he's good, but like,
Why?
why?
Well, I have no
Because
clue what you're talking
you know
about.
why? Because it's the Mets.
Well, I'm a Mets fan, right? And they should have been sellers at the trade deadline, but they just went
100%.
out and just got Marcus
Bought
Stroman.
Stroman. And nobody knows why. So yeah, there's your baseball news. A Mets
Yeah.
fan has no idea why we have Marcus Stroman.
Who is Marcus Stroman? Like,
picture on
I'm
the
looking
Blue
up a
Jays.
picture of him.
Yeah, he's yeah.
He looks like a cool guy.
Here, I'll
There's this picture of him with his like leg in the air pitching. Uh,
Stroman.
Stroman.
well, he looks pretty cool. Do you guys know Alex Bregman?
Alex Bregman, yeah.
You know
So
who he
yeah,
looks
anything about
like?
baseball?
Alex
He looks
Jordan.
like Alex Jordan. He doesn't even look like Alex Jordan that much.
Yeah, he kind of does.
No, he doesn't.
To an extent.
He does. Like,
On
actually.
an extent.
I
To an
mean,
extent.
well, actually,
Random
kinda. You're right. That I
It's a
see it
random
from
picture of
this.
Bartolo Colon.
Much appreciated.
Like,
Now, can we get that picture edited into the video? That'd be great.
Yeah, that's gonna be our thumbnail.
I've been waiting for this my entire life. For this
Get that
specific
edited
photo.
in.
Yeah, this is the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail.
Bartolo Colon.
Oh yeah, speaking of Bartolo Colon, so me, TT Talks, and Monomachi were at a baseball game because we do that, and I was on second, and the shortstop said, "Man, this kid bats like Bartolo Colon. He stands on the very outside of the box."
Wait, who was he talking
Well,
about?
me.
Oh, he's talking about
Thomas.
And
Thomas.
then who else did he say this was Bartolo Colon Jr.?
Alex.
Oh no, bruh.
So yeah, we are nerds, and we talk about baseball because we do that. And,
Remember when Coach got really mad because Sam was he when he was running to third?
he doesn't. He couldn't slide.
Yep, and he
Didn't
got
slide.
out.
I do remember
Well,
that. But anyways, we should probably introduce our guest more. 'Cause he's been quiet for like the past 2 minutes.
Have been quiet. I've been working on my setup, just working things out as of current.
Oh yeah, do you want
You
to
know what?
plug
That's
something?
respectable.
You want to plug something?
Yeah, follow Real TT
Pass.
Talks on Instagram, please.
So I'll pass. I'll pass. Ooh, let's spark this debate: Xbox or PS4?
I
Honestly, I don't care.
PS4.
well, I have
All
Xbox.
three of us have PS4s, but I don't care.
well actually I have an Xbox too, but like I barely use it.
Well, you, Patrick.
Xbox.
Yeah, I knew
No
you said.
Why?
question.
Xbox, like, I feel like Americans don't know how to make a gaming system, you know?
It's so true.
Wait, hold up. I mean,
Okay.
Like that's the
I mean,
first thing.
think about it. They know how to make phones, but when it comes to the Xbox, like, have you seen what's it called? The
Keanu
the
Reeves.
menu, it's so trash. Like you have to go through like 11 folders
it's
to
not
change.
that
Also,
bad. I mean,
Yes, it
it's-
is.
I like the
It-
Xbox menu
once you get
more.
used to it.
the PS4 menu's so basic. Like I wish it would add a
everything is
little
basic.
Yeah, all of them are basic. I think you're
whatever.
tripping.
No, like the Xbox like menu's just really badly designed.
Okay, I have a question about
How
if
do you
you like
think it's so
Xbox so
badly
much.
designed?
Is Xbox Gold a ripoff?
Is
I
PlayStation
don't
Plus a
think so.
ripoff?
Yes, it kind of is. $60. I mean, $60 a year.
Is
Right.
Nintendo
That
Live a ripoff?
No, it's
Nintendo Live is
$20.
actually
it's
only like
60 bucks a
20
year.
bucks a year.
Yeah, well,
It's a year for
at least
Xbox
with
Live as well.
at
Wait, what's
least
the
with
price for Xbox Gold or whatever?
60 a year.
how much?
60 a year.
60 a year?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what's the same with PlayStation Plus, but PlayStation
exactly.
Plus you get free games. Like I got let's see, I've gotten
Borderlands, which
Metal
is bad.
Gears, yeah, that's a trash game. Metal
Borderlands
Gear,
2.
I got Borderlands, I got
It makes more partnerships with other
Tropico.
companies
That
Pop,
is
for like
true.
video games
Xbox.
and stuff.
Pop
Xbox
Tropica.
Yeah.
doesn't do that as much just because they know the better,
I
better
Yeah,
got
people.
Xbox partners
Tropico,
with Keanu Reeves.
You know what?
but
I mean, if we're being honest, Keanu Reeves is superior to every single game.
That is true.
would you rather not be able to play? Would you rather be able to play video games for the rest of your life, but you'll never meet Keanu Reeves, or meet Keanu Reeves, and but never be able to play another video game?
That's hard.
Yeah.
Nice hard.
That was a good question. I mean, come
See,
on.
man, I think I'd have to go with an overtime function of joy rather than one spike and then a downfall because I go through withdrawal from my Xbox.
Or no, no, this is what you do. You like go to Keanu Reeves when you're like 933 years old, and then you just like die 2 minutes later.
You know what?
But
That's
then
true.
That's good.
you miss peak, you miss meeting him in peak form.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. What if you
whatever.
like met him when he's like old and like? I mean,
What
isn't he already 50?
I
Or
don't
think
isn't he in
so.
his Keanu Reeves' age? Looking it up,
He's
and he
above
is
40.
54, but he looks like younger than.
Looks like he's 30.
because he's breathtaking.
Yeah, he is. But come on, I mean, look at him. I mean, he
And
didn't look too
Bartolo
great
Colon.
in the 90s.
Bartolo Colon's better.
Bartola
I don't
Close.
know about that one.
I'm surprised you said this long with ads. I'm surprised.
What?
Get
I'm surprised we're not demonetized.
Have you ever just Christian? I don't think you understand how YouTube works.
Yeah. No.
I'm surprised you haven't
Are,
gotten
are we?
demonetized.
Do we have money yet? Like,
We're not even
to do a,
monetized yet, Christian.
like, do we have money? Should we open up a Patreon?
Well,
Yes.
I have a
I'm setting
Patreon
up a
account already.
GoFundMe. I'm setting up a
Split our
GoFundMe.
Patreon 3 ways.
a Patreon.
No, we need to make a GoFundMe.
A
Go
Patreon.
fund me.
What's
Don't you
your
have to
Patreon?
pay for Patreon?
I
Or
don't
is it
think so.
free? Oh, it is.
To my extensive knowledge.
Yeah, because I have an account. I don't have an actual Patreon page though.
Wow, wow, wow.
Wow,
What a
Jokester.
jokester.
what a jokester.
Well,
This
what
is
are
really awkward. Now we ran out of ideas.
no? Why, Christian? You gotta make everything negative, you know.
How do you feel about joining football, Basil?
You know what?
Oh,
It's gonna be very
Basil's
epic.
joining football.
My
Basil, I want to know
uncle.
what position you think you'd excel in.
I don't know. Probably defensive tackle. I want to play receiver,
Um,
obviously, but like,
yeah,
But doesn't everyone want to
for
play?
the for receivers, we have a lot of them, and like, it's a lot harder than it seems because you
yeah,
get every once in a while you get someone who's so just great at receiver and has good footwork and has good hands,
Yeah.
possible to compete because receiver, it's a decently easy spot. However, like the thing is, having everybody want to be receiver, it's a lot more difficult because then some people don't get to play. But receiver, it's also the most open spot for other people because you have everybody who's scrawny and like short, tall. Doesn't really matter what you like.
The twigs come
Receiver,
out.
Uh,
The only
Yeah.
position that
wait,
twigs.
Not.
Patrick, do you play football?
do play football.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Well, I'm playing football because
wow.
well, my uncle Nathan Hodell was actually a long snapper for the Cardinals.
Oh, let's see. Nathan
Oh,
Hodell. Well, let's. Oh, I see him. Wow. Wow. That's pretty cool. Does he still play? No.
Nah.
He's 41. It says. So
Yeah.
wow. Basil related
his family.
to the uh famous people. Now,
It only makes
is
sense.
anyone else related to anybody famous?
No,
My last name means I'm related to royalty at some point in my life.
Chen.
I'm just
Let's look up.
Irish.
I'm just Irish.
I'm just from the potato famine,
I'm
so
just from
don't worry
Yeah,
about
yeah,
me.
Everton.
yeah. I ate a bad potato and came over to the United
Yo, have you
States.
ever guys had a potato? I love me a good potato.
Bruh. Now, is it just me? Or is there like no Irish food?
There really isn't any like
I have
real
no
Got
clue.
potatoes.
Like
staple
think about
Irish
it.
food
I
except
know it's not like
potatoes,
British people. They eat like
tea and
you know
biscuits and
Crumpet.
whatever.
crumpets and bangers and mashers. Now we're not monetized anymore, but
I
Yeah,
wonder
no.
what everybody thinks Americans' staple food is.
For
Is it hot
hamburgers
dogs
from
and
Mm,
McDonald's.
Big
hamburgers?
Mac. I don't know.
Hamburgers and hot dogs.
Probably some sort of Big Mac.
Probably a big.
now
That's what I eat.
yeah. Uh, okay, so I'm looking up Irish food.
Doubt you'll find anything. I'm gonna be completely
Probably
honest
not
here.
gonna find too many things.
All right, and nothing.
There's
Nothing
probably
really.
there's
It's
probably
just
like
literally potatoes.
Okay,
there's
so
probably
according to
beef roast out there.
WildRoverTours.com, chicken, stew, bacon and cabbage.
Cabbage. Yeah, but what about corned beef and cabbage?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
Bread,
Yeah,
Now,
corned beef.
blah.
That's true.
think about a place that doesn't have a lot of traditional food. What about
Bourgeoisie.
Scotland? Scottish food. I
Scott,
mean, name a
The
single Scottish
bourgeoisie.
food.
the bourgeoisie.
Even
Mm.
Scottish food looks like
Birds
someone
work for
threw
the
up on your plate.
bourgeoisie.
But then you also got the
Birds
Swiss
work for the
cheese.
bourgeoisie.
Then
No,
you got
Gross.
British food. I would eat. I mean, come on. Fish and chips.
There's nothing special about British food though. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
it's pretty special. It's special to me.
Well, now we're just
I
making
didn't.
hungry.
Okay. Whatever you say, TT Talks. Why is
Whatever.
it so special to you,
Okay, look at
Mr.
this is a
TT
tier
Talks?
list. This is a tier list of the food, British
Really gonna
food.
pull up a tier
We're
list of
making
food.
a tier list of food.
No, I'm looking at it. They say S tier Yorkshire pudding, Sunday
Birds
roast,
work for the
fish and
bourgeoisie.
chips, crumpets,
Fish and chips is
English
bread.
breakfast, bacon.
Bacon sandwich.
B tier, I don't know, top tier, I guess.
We're
Whatever.
just gonna get hungry and then we're gonna go eat.
Bangers and mashers, Scottish pie, or cottage pie, shepherd's pie, mid tier,
Pie.
toad in the hole, cauliflower cheese, Cornish pastry, uh, pie and mash, chicken tikka masala, ploughman's
Chicken
lunch,
tiki
Welsh
masala.
rarebit, low tier, bubble and squeak,
Birds work
beef
for the
Wellington,
bourgeoisie.
Scottish egg, pork pie, steak and kidney pie, uh,
Steak and kidney pie.
crap
Wait, we
tier,
got bacon kidney.
uh, steak and kidney pudding, black pudding,
Why has everything to do with a
peppers,
kidney? Jeez.
liver and onion, haggis,
One
jelly
thing I've
bean,
always wondered is like how people initially come up with of how things were edible. Like
That is
how did
Yeah.
they
true.
decide what was edible and what wasn't?
They're like,
uh,
this tastes good. I'm making this a food.
Well, no, but also who decided to try it for the first time?
Yeah,
Like
like
who
like
decided to try milk for the first time?
I
Like,
know,
does that
like,
mean somebody
hey,
tried pea?
hey,
Somebody
Joe,
tried roast pea?
I mean
You got beef.
milk. That's like a bodily fluid. I mean,
I
I
like
mean,
know.
that's true.
Who's
at
like, hey
least tried
Joe,
pee at some
go
point, and
up
they're
to
like,
that
"Oh, this is
Go up to that
disgusting."
cow.
or cheese. They just left out some cheese and
They're just
or some
like
milk.
some milk.
They're like, huh, why don't I eat it? Or even milk. They're like, all right, Joe, I want you to go up to those udders, give it
They're
a
like,
nice
what
Exactly.
does
squeeze.
this thing
Give
do on the
them a
cows?
real good squeeze in a very
Give 'em-
specific way that doesn't work if you're not a trained professional.
Yeah.
Just do it
Don't try
perfectly
this
the
at
first time.
home. Not safe for work. 2019 quote of the year.
Anyway, now other food. What do you? The first person who ate like
Vassal.
is that? Did you make that, Basil?
Yeah, this is mine.
Why are the Broncos have to be at the top?
Because
Why
they're
are
my
the
Steelers are at the
favorite
Patriots
top.
at the
team.
bottom?
Steelers are at the top. You are correct.
That is true. But
Why
No,
are
Steelers
the
are
would
not
the,
that great of a team.
why would the Patriots
Steelers are
not be at
not
the
that
bottom?
great of a
Why do you
team.
hate
I'm
the
gonna be
I
honest.
Chiefs?
like the Patriots.
Because they're in the same division as the Broncos,
Okay, can
Christian.
someone kick out? Can we someone kick out Thomas because he said he liked the Patriots?
I like them. I don't really
Nah,
have
I'm
an
not against
opinion
the
about football.
Patriots. I think they're very. I think they're a good, respectable team.
They're
Why do
talented,
you
They're
hate?
yeah,
not
but
Why do
like
you hate?
respectful.
Why do you
I'll tell
hate
you
the
that.
Chiefs?
because they're in the same division as the Broncos, Christian.
Why are you neutral on the Saints? You should like the Saints.
Saints are.
Yeah, okay.
I like I like how you like the Jets. I feel sorry.
They're actually better than the Giants this year.
Birds work for the bourgeoisie.
Why? Because the Giants traded Odell.
Well, yeah, but also, actually, that's it.
Where are we going with this podcast? I'm so confused.
There's no
Are
point.
we sports
It's
podcast?
literally called
We don't have any
intellectuals
fucking
today.
points.
We're
We're just
Sports
sitting here
intellectuals.
talking about everything.
Yeah,
We're
Okay.
intellectuals. We just talk about stuff.
Yeah.
That's how
Now,
it works. That's how the
there
birds
really
work for the
there's really
bourgeoisie.
no like big news this week.
yeah. If you guys have any ideas, comment below. We have
And
nothing.
nothing's really happened.
Eh,
It's very not interesting. This week's been very boring.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, except for the Mets.
Okay, Christian, why don't we just like calm down here? Let me
what
make
the heck? Okay, Patrick, do you like Marvel or you just like?
You like Marvel?
Christian.
Not.
Christian. Christian.
What do you think of the new Marvel movies, Patrick? Do you like them? Do you
New
think they
one's
look
coming out
interesting?
soon for Phase 4.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm personally don't think that they're headed in the right direction with those. Like
Oh,
I feel like they're just not
Christian, could you
very indicative of everything else.
Thomas. No,
Thomas.
Nice.
he did this last episode.
No, it was
Okay,
Sam who
keep
did it
going.
last episode. That's why we kicked him out.
No, Sam played Pizza Time. Okay, back to Marvel. Back to Marvel. You guys keep
Now,
talking.
Oh
so
my
you say
mother
they're
of
not
God.
going in the right direction, okay?
I
So
feel
what
like
makes
that
you say
they're
that?
I feel like that the movies they're using is just lead it to like a good Phase 4 ultimatum. You
Yeah,
know?
Yeah.
well, this is like, yeah, I don't think the story's really going anywhere unless they
Exactly.
start building up to the X-Men.
I feel like they need to start building towards something big because I think
I
that's an
think they're gonna.
efficient way to lead a movie series.
Nah, I think I'm gonna sound like a nerd, but I think they're gonna build towards like Galactus, if you know who he is.
I like the pre-war.
And I tell you who Galactus is.
You don't know who Galactus is, the giant
tell you.
guy who eats planets,
Can't
Brr,
say I've heard.
brr, brr, brr,
or
brr, brr.
Annihilus, or what's his oh
Birds work for the
Kang the
bourgeoisie.
Conqueror. Okay, whatever. Nobody knows who they are. Okay, do you like Star Wars, Patrick?
I like Star Wars. I'm just not. I don't know much about Star
You
Wars.
know,
Never
Darien
mind,
really
never mind.
likes Star Wars.
Yeah, we'll have to
He's
talk
a
to
really
me and
large
Darian
fan
will
of
have to
Star
talk
Wars.
about
Basil,
it.
why are the Orioles in B tier that you made?
Why are the
Because they kind of.
Cubs in F tier?
Bruh.
Why are they
Pirates-
Yankees in C tier?
No,
Birds
no.
work for
Why
Yeah,
the
are
why do
the
people not
Orioles
like the
in B tier?
Yankees?
Because they're
They're-
dynasty,
Yeah,
and
but
also I
why?
like the Mets, so I can legally not like the Yankees.
Why do you like the Orioles? They're so.
Bruh.
Birds work for the bourgeoisie.
Yeah, that's
Why do
true.
you keep? What does that even mean?
The birds work for the bourgeoisie.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's actually
Okay.
true, if you didn't know that.
But why are the Orioles?
Outside my window right now.
Never answered that. Royals and
Why are the
B
Orioles
tier.
in C tier or B tier? Because frickin' I don't know why.
Chris
Okay,
Davis.
here's the thing. Everyone is talking about the Yoda death sound, but everybody's sleeping on
Ah!
the Django Fett death sound.
What? Play it. Let me see. Let me hear it.
Like
All
that.
right.
Ah.
No, it's you'll hear it
Alright,
in a second.
Bet I
let's see if
will.
I can find it.
Oh my God, it's not even playing. Come on.
Was that it?
Oh, no, no.
What is that?
Bruh.
There's Yagi.
Ya Yi. He says Ya Yi.
Play the Yoda death sound. I forget what it sounds like.
It's
Isn't
like.
it like a round thing?
Creep.
Oh
Okay, I'm gonna
man.
play all of them. Okay.
Um.
Here's a
Every
Every
Jawa
Star
death
Wars
sound.
character death sound. Okay.
Here's a Yoda death sound.
No way,
That's Warrior
reaction.
Guard.
True.
That's a battle
True.
droid. That's Greedo. That's
You
the
know what?
Imperial
I
Spy.
my one question is
That's Anakin.
how did they make these?
That's Emperor Palpatine.
What did they?
That's a Gonk droid.
Vessel. Why do you keep
That's
sending-
Darth Vader.
Are you gonna criticize me
That's a Lego Rebel.
for
No,
frickin'?
because I don't know anything
It's
about
IG-8.
Okay.
That's Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks died.
Tell
Jar
the
Jar Binks
king.
is a
Admiral Akbar.
Okay,
Bruh.
death podcast.
That's Watto. Wait a second. Can we talk about Watto for a second?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
water.
Watto. Maybe my favorite character in Star Wars. Okay. I love Watto.
Ani.
I mean, now he's a stereotype, but I can't tell. Is he a what are they stereotyping?
I have
for?
no clue. I'll be completely
Let me
honest.
let me play his sound. Here, I'm playing this. Here,
Oh man.
Christian,
so I'm
could
looking
you-
up a video of Watto talking.
Why are you
Oh my
looking
God.
at water?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Watto is kind of, you know, not gonna say anything, but
Oh,
I kind of like Watto. I mean, look at him. Look at him. Look at his eyes. Okay, now I'm
That was
just
kind
kinda
of cute.
scared.
Not gonna
okay,
lie.
is this
Yeah.
like going
But Watto
nowhere?
kinda
This is
sucks.
like for Star Wars deaths. Does anyone have a topic?
What the heck?
That's General Grievous. That's the stormtrooper. That's Forlom.
You know what? This. That's Django Fett, right?
How long have we been recording for about? This podcast is literally going.
Going nowhere. I'm currently playing Minecraft. In case anyone was wondering.
How did we get
You know what?
Times.
This is actually true. If you didn't know,
what?
this.
All right.
Are you
I
done,
love-
Thomas?
I love the Captain Antilles that sound.
Are you done?
Yes,
Even
some-
with like 5
Who is the worst Marvel character?
worst.
Marvel
Captain Marvel.
character. Yeah.
Captain Marvel. Hold up something like that in one movie. It's just so many plot holes.
Yeah.
I don't really like Brie Larson.
I
Why
think.
do you keep
I also
sending
think the
these
character is
terrible-
just too overpowered.
Exactly. Like
I
I think
know.
I mean I
Christian,
think
you
they
never
did
even
good
seen
with
the
like
movie.
spreading her out and making her like universal guardian of the
What?
freaking universe, but like she has to guard everything, not like just Earth, you know? Like I
Yeah.
think that's one good thing they did.
Like I don't like
Yeah,
in
just Earth's guardian, whatever.
how in Endgame they're like, oh, Captain
They're
Marvel.
so weak in
where are you?" She's
Endgame.
like, oh, I was just protecting the entire universe. Okay.
Exactly.
Alright.
Really not a fan of that behavior.
I know. Then she's like, not every world has an Avengers, you know. And I'm like, sister, you're like the whole Avengers team in one person.
That is true.
Okay. You know who else
Not
I don't like?
fan.
Everybody.
Or who I didn't like before Endgame? Captain America.
Captain America. You didn't like
Mhm.
Captain America.
No.
He was like my favorite.
Wow.
He is my favorite superhero.
What? Okay. I like Iron Man.
Mine's
That's
gotta be Iron Man. My favorite ever like superhero is
Bruh.
probably Joker.
oh, he's not Marvel,
All
baby.
of DC and Marvel is probably Joker because I think he has a really interesting like background.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have a background.
He has good character development. I mean, exactly.
He
It's like
has no character development because he's like the Joker. He just like
exactly, which
doesn't
is why it's
have.
interesting.
Yeah, I think that's what makes him so compelling. That like nobody knows who he
Exactly.
is. Now,
Yeah.
you know who I think is better than the Joker as like a villain and who everybody has been sleeping on?
Who?
My boy Doctor Doom. Come on.
Yeah.
This is my favorite DC character.
Bush's baked beans.
You know who is my least favorite, and you know who I'm just tired of?
Who are you
Harley Quinn. All
Harley
they've been
Quinn.
doing is
Yeah.
pushing Harley Quinn. I don't care.
She's
Like,
hot.
okay,
Margot
Yeah.
Robbie's pretty
Oh,
hot.
demonetized. No,
Margot
Harley
Robbie's
Quinn.
pretty hot.
I mean,
I cut that out.
Okay.
Cut that out.
Wario over here looking kinda hot.
It was more
I liked her in. Now they're making her own show, and she has another movie called Birds of Prey. Like,
Yeah, bro.
bruh.
Enderman are Enderman 3 blocks high? Yes, I want to say, or are they 2.5?
I think they're three.
I think they're three.
Yeah,
Thomas,
three.
what do you think?
Three.
We've like gone
We were
nowhere with
correct.
this entire
How
podcast.
long is the Ender Dragon?
How long
Couldn't
is
tell you,
it?
man.
Yeah, how
Pretty
long?
extra.
Have you
How
guys heard all
long
the
is
theories
it?
about
Extra
Enderman?
thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the
Extra.
theory? I never heard of it.
What?
That
What?
they're-
It's like it was like previous builders,
What?
Yeah.
players in that world
Watch
that ended up on the
Enderman
end and got trapped.
Watch Game
Theory.
Theory.
But that's
Just
just a
Enderman.
theory.
Oh,
no,
I never
Game
watched
Theory stole it. Game
A
Theory stole it
game
off of a
theory.
Reddit.
Theory on the
Game Theory stole it
Enderman.
off of a Reddit post. I saw the
Okay,
Reddit
listen to
post.
this.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
from
Game theory
Reddit.
basically
Okay, hear
steals
me out.
every
I
one
have
of
a
their
theory
theories.
about the Enderman that roam the overworld and inhabit the end. In the end, blah blah blah. It's just a giant floating rock. The crystals. The Ender Dragon always existed and is native to the end. And the Endermen who live there look to the dragon as their god. The whole world they live in is literally a shrine to the Ender Dragon. It's the dragon is happy; he allows the people to live. Apparently, the pillars are remnants of their ancestors, relics of ancient people, and this is their contribution to the Ender Dragon.
Is this the
How they
theory?
got
Or
there? Listen to this. Hey.
Burr.
So the Endermen
Aw,
in the
man.
overworld are coming
Creeper.
as like pilgrims,
Aw, man.
apparently.
no, we
Oh my
back
God,
in
we-
the mine.
I'm trying to read
I love
this.
the Enderman.
What the heck? They literally.
What?
Okay, wait, 1 second. Why?
Die.
Creeper.
What Thomas? What Thomas? What do you want
Okay.
to finish?
Anyway, so sorry, I had to mute myself. But like this person, Starkiller 2,
Yeah.
has wrote like a whole essay about the which I'm going
What
to
the-
copy.
That's what everybody does on Reddit. They just write essays on
Copy.
theories.
Basically,
I know.
It's a pretty good community. I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
they write
I think it
essays
is.
and make frickin'
That's what it's all about.
memes. I don't know.
What the heck? Apparently it's too long to put in. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, you only have 2,000 characters.
Meanwhile,
Yes, damn it.
oh, now I have to delete all this. Perfect.
That's
What?
Okay.
True.
So wait, do you want me to keep going?
Sure.
sure, keep going.
I would like
Okay.
to hear this.
All right. So you know how I said they're when the Endermen come to the overworld, they must request that the Ender Dragon to leave the end in search of tribute. The Endermen are perfectly capable of making the trip them to the overworld, but to do so would disgrace the Ender Dragon and make them an exile. The Ender Dragon would know that an Enderman has left because he knows when a player has entered his domain. So to select it, he also knows when something leaves. So the Ender Dragon summons up his portal and grants the Ender Dragon passage, or Enderman passage. The Enderman then walks through the overworld, searching for blocks to bring back as his ancestors once did when making the pillars. The pillars are a direct result of the ancestors' success on their travels, bring back obsidian that can only be found in the overworld. What does this mean? It means the pilgrims are in a pilgrimage. When the player directly opposes them and kills them, it makes them martyrs. When you kill an Enderman, you have just ended its religious crusade. Who is really the bad guy here? Alright, now he's gonna explain Enderman player interactions. When you stare at an Enderman, they keep staring back because they know what the player has done to its people. Remember when I theorized that the Enderman can travel between worlds on their own? The ones that bring not only a secret gift, but also a single gift, but also stories of their journey in the overworld. This includes their encounters with the player. Every time you try to find an Enderman, it ends up teleporting away. You never see it again. It went back to the end. Player Enderman interactions in the end are slightly different. None of them have ever seen a player before, and I've only heard stories. They keep their distance unless provoked. Okay, what?
This makes no
Who would
sense.
And
like
if the Ender Dragon is attacked, why don't they freak out because their god's being attacked? The Endermen are probably afraid of the people or the player. They've never seen the player. The player is strong enough to challenge their deity, so they think they'd probably crush them easily. So what happens when they return successfully with their blocks for the Enderman? So
They do.
Endermen have no idea what's in the overworld, and they tend to be seen by the dirt and grass and sand. The Ender Dragon is generally pleased with their work. However, since they gave all they could, he allows them to go back and retrieve some of the value. The ones that come back without anything are probably under more scrutiny, but these are the ones that are forced back by the player to heal their wounds. The Ender Dragon restores their injuries with the help of his Ender Crystals, but probably have a promise that they must go back and never come back until they have tribute. You have no way of knowing at what point these. What the heck?
Why?
who would like
How did he come
spend
up with
time
this?
on this? Like who like seriously?
Alright. What
Just a
happens
really
when the Ender? Oh,
disagreement
this
is
gets dark, guys. Okay.
dark does it get?
Okay.
I honestly
What
don't know what
happens when
attack.
the Ender Dragon dies? Whoa. You have now crushed the vocal point of the Enderman's religion. Most would be so afraid of the character that when you look at them, they will build enough courage to attack you directly.
That's
Many of the
why'd you
Endermen in
change
the
game?
overworld will have no idea of the downfall of the god. Well, likely not for a large amount of time. As stated, they wouldn't know until they were forced back to heal or had their tribute. Upon the return, I imagine they'd be very angry. After this point,
Very
all,
angry.
all
Very.
hostility towards a player is justified, as is their desire to maintain distance for the player, the God Slayer in them. So what is the Ender Dragon egg, huh? What about the Ender Dragon egg? So since neither the Enderman
Why
or
are
the
you still
player
reading this?
know how to use the egg, it would likely remain there until hatching on its own, releasing the next Ender. This is the blah, blah. This is the rebirth component of the religion. Their deity being reborn. What the player does next has some startling consequences. If the player destroys the egg, then the Endermen have no religion other than writing it down, the greatest blasphemy to their way of life. If the player keeps the egg, taking it to the overworld has catastrophic implications for all the life in there.
Oh. Who would
If
like
the player makes the egg irrecoverable or like not able to retrieve it, causing it to fall into the void, dropping into the port, the egg would likely remain there wherever it landed. In the
Ugh,
void's case, it would fall into
Thomas,
its
you've been reading this for
patch.
like 20 minutes.
As
good.
okay, no, it's
We need
almost done.
content.
Guys.
good?
Okay,
We need content.
so
We need content.
like if you drop the egg into the void, it would just fall into a hatch. Okay, you can look at this dilemma as a chance of redemption for the player. If they see the error of their ways, they can allow the Enderman to have purpose, although the Enderman would never likely forgive the player. Otherwise, I go back to what I said before. Who really is the bad guy here? So what happens if a exiled Enderman returns to the end? And to that he says, the Ender Dragon's gotta eat. So if you're an exiled Enderman and you come back, you just get eaten.
Who would
So
like
Who,
s-
who has the time to write this theory that probably doesn't even
I'm
relate
like,
to
oh
anything?
god.
who would even spend time on this is my question.
Like, why? Like,
Oh,
what
listen to
point is
this. There's more theories. So
what?
Wait,
Why
out of,
why
Tuesday.
Why is
Tuesday.
there more?
people are
so
better weird,
apparently
man. I mean, bruh.
the reason Endermen are in the overworld is because villagers built strongholds for some reason. They
Okay.
built a portal to the
Oh,
end and must have been overwhelmed by the Ender, which went to the overwhelmed world. And since strongholds are deserted, portals have been closed, and Endermen are in the overworld. They're probably stuck in the overworld. So
how do we
Bruh.
transition from this topic?
all
Yeah.
right,
Don't.
okay, and then
And then we just
we
end the
d-
podcast.
Yeah. Now let's look for more theories. Let's look up for
No.
Let's look up for
Minecraft theories.
Lego Star Wars The Complete
Lego
Saga series.
Lego Star Wars
Speaking who,
theories.
did anyone play that game?
Everybody
I
played that
have.
game. I played
Oh
that game.
God, I still have that game.
I do. I have my
It broke,
DS.
but
Wait, DS, no, you have to play it on the Wii.
I have it on the DS and on the Wii.
yeah, I played it on the Wii.
I played it on the Wii.
Not to flex, but yeah.
Let's look up theories about the Wither.
Oh my god.
Theories
No.
on the end in the Wither. Now, apparently, this person who wrote this is
Insane.
Pac-Man 97,
Of-
and
This
it
is
is
my
even
theory.
longer.
Okay, well let's not let's not read that then. It's if it's even longer.
No, it's about the same length.
Oh
How
my
long
god.
is?
That was really long, by the way. It's probably like another tab.
Yeah, how long is it so far, Basil?
Well, we've been recording for 35 minutes.
All
That's
right,
longer than last.
that's all right. Okay,
Yeah,
so
should try to like
So I
actual
have this theory. I have
conversations.
actual two theories. So what's the first theory? Okay, no, the second theory, this one concerns the Wither and the
Oh my
Wither.
god.
Are you- So basically, the Wither skeletons are the remnants of fallen soldiers who worship the evil entity that is a Wither.
Oh my
I
god.
think of the Wither as being similar to death, that he represents an unavoidable force, whereas death represents death. The Wither
Be rid of
represents
death represented life.
I've
It's
seen theories that there are many withers. I disagree. I think there is one wither. And the things you summon or create are simply manifestation of the true being. You can kill as many manifestations, but the wither will live on. Now let's look at my requirements for building the wither. Soul sand and wither skulls.
You dickhead.
My theory,
Yes.
worshipping the wither caused these soldiers to be split. Their bodies became the skeletons, and their souls became the soul sands. The worship of the wither caused their bodies and souls to become corrupted, which means that the withers can manipulate their bodies like puppets, and their souls
Bro.
were unable to pass on, thus became compacted and became soul sand, which is why there are three
Can we
phases.
stop?
Yeah, can we stop?
Each side of
No,
soul sand. And
let's
also,
end
it
this.
takes 4 blocks of soul sand, so 72 souls, and 3 wither skulls, so 3 bodies to summon a manifestation of the wither. By killing the wither, you get an achievement, the beginning. You have summoned and killed a manifestation of the wither. Strong against dimension. If you have a dragon egg in the dimension already has 1 foot. Now you have a being of decay against you too. It's the beginning of the end in the over. Thoughts? What are your thoughts?
I
It's
literally
but
don't care.
it is
Bad.
bruh.
Yeah,
Not a
true.
good theory. You're very
Right.
wrong.
Now, Patrick, do you watch PewDiePie?
I also watched
Dante.
Patrick Chen is my depressed gamer name. I also watched I support that who made
No, I'm talking
a
about the
theory about
Minecraft
the end.
series.
I watch it.
Yeah, but what do you think about Jurgen dying? That's pretty sad, right?
This is so
This
sad.
is like
It is.
literally I
However,
can't do this anymore, man.
He found
I think he's
he
gotta
found
go.
Witherbone. He found Dinnerbone.
Bone. I watched that episode. Although he almost killed Sven.
Oh my god. What do you think about him killing IKEA Bird?
Didn't that kill IKEA Bird? Did he?
Yeah, he did. The first IKEA Bird, cause he
Bruh.
An IKEA Bird?
Oh my god, guys. I feel like this is going off the rails.
Obviously. I mean
Way too far.
Why?
For the far.
This might be a little far fetched, but I think this cow is hitting the whoa.
It's so terrible.
We'll kill your family.
Bruh.
How do I put it?
How do I put it? Bruh.
You do.
Me,
How do I
bruh.
put
Give
it?
me Champ Bailey. I don't want Champ Bailey. I want bruh.
Now, when you guys are in Minecraft, do you tame a wolf or a cat?
A wolf.
A wolf, because they're easier.
No, now it's
Very easier to
equally easy.
Really?
No,
Didn't it,
they're-
Yeah, the new
didn't it
update.
used to
The
be
cat
that you
still
have to,
runs.
like, hold a fish and
cats
then
run.
wait for the cat to
don't.
just, like, Be like,
Bruh.
bruh.
Eh.
Okay, yeah, but cats run and wolves don't.
Yeah, I
Wolves
like
want to be
wolves
ashamed.
better.
Cats are little
What about
pussies.
can't you tame rabbits too?
You can name parrots. I don't know if, about
Tame
rabbits.
I guess you can. You can kind of
Extensive knowledge.
tame
I don't think you can.
dolphins. You can kind of tame. Whew.
To
Why are you tired?
certain extent.
I don't know why Basil isn't tired after he just woke up. Like,
I
Yeah, Basil.
literally didn't just wake up.
So what were you
so
doing
what
then,
did
buddy?
Sophia do when she found you? Was she like, oh my god, Thomas?
She was like, "Hey, Thomas needs you to do something to record the podcast or whatever." I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot." And
I
then,
texted Theo first. It's
You
like,
texted like all of you.
yeah, I texted like all your family members. I was like,
bruh,
hey, I was like, hey, Theo, what's your brother doing? Is he dead? Is he sick? Is he asleep?
Is he dead?
And
That
then
would
he's
chuckle
like,
eyes.
oh no,
Retard.
no. And then Theo goes, I'm at Target with like, why is
Why
why
are
is
the birds
Theo
with
at
blue
Target with
fuzzy?
his friend? Like,
I don't know, cause
Because he can.
he
'Cause
every
he
single day he goes to his friend's house,
we
and then
saw him, me and James and my dad saw, and
nice.
we yelled at him, and he got really scared. Like we're like Theo, and he was like, oh my god.
Oh no. Oh my God, Christian. This image is literally, bruh.
Okay, so what
God,
this image is? One time, this image just says place your item in the bag over a saturated photo of Mark Zuckerberg, and I sent it to Basil 100
I
Yep,
know,
he
and he
sent
sent it
me.
to our group chat. Like,
Yep, yeah, he did.
times. You all just die on the
nobody's
floor.
laughing. Nobody's laughing.
It
we
was
found it
funny
funny.
when I did do it.
Nobody's laughing.
Do
Everyone's
not
just
find it funny.
crying. Not funny.
It's
Didn't
just so
laugh.
sad.
Next meme.
Not
Okay,
funny.
now my favorite meme. One of
Uh-oh.
my favorite memes is I have two number nines, a
Number
number
nine
nine large,
large.
a number. Say it.
I'll have two number nines. A
Forgot.
number nine
I have
large.
two.
A number six with extra dip. Two number sevens. Two number 45s. One with cheese and a large soda.
Listen, listen. I'm playing.
Call. What do you want? You got it.
This is
Hey, I'll
really
take a
old.
number 9. Fat boy.
You're like cutting out Thomas.
Let me
Like
get a
every
number 6 with extra dip. I'll have two number 9.
you're
Number
cutting
9
out.
large. A number 6 with extra dip. A number 7. Two number 45s. One with cheese.
And
And
a
a large
large
soda.
soda.
Why do you like that meme so much?
I just do. I just do.
Because it's so utterly ridiculous.
Ridiculous, but
You think
ridiculous is the
you
best.
think the cavemen were thinking of something was so utterly something,
Okay.
and then they're like, "Oh, utters. Why don't we drink some milk?" And then
Maybe that's how
Mhm.
milk
that
was
really-
created. Why'd you name Patrick Rod Woodson?
Because he didn't want to be Champ Bailey.
what?
I just want to be bruh.
Bruh.
Why can't I be bruh?
No,
Okay.
you're not a bro. He's no. This is just the.
We could
You
put
know,
him in
he
our
should, we could
we
get.
could
We
put
should
him in
get
our
Ryan,
Minecraft
Ryan,
Discord.
or on
Should
the.
get Ryan. I'll
Yeah,
tell
you and
Ryan to
Ryan.
play.
You guys are like a little duo.
Why do they have to be the duo?
They
Being
just
the
are.
duo, is there a problem, Christian?
No.
Is there a
that's
problem?
not It's not a problem, but two guests at once, never done before.
the that is the
Viva
nostalgia
Latte.
critic. Who
Yeah.
is the worst movie review?
The worst movie review?
Rotten Tomatoes. I'm just kidding.
I don't know. Phantom Strider is pretty bad. Although,
Review of the
I hate Phantom Strider.
report.
Everyone hates this one critic who I love, and that's Grace or Beyond the Trailer.
Beyond the Trailer isn't that bad, but you know.
I like Beyond the Trailer.
Report of the week.
Oh my god, I love Report of the. Why don't we get Report of the Week on?
Last episode I suggested Obama and took that thought.
Why don't we get like someone famous?
Yeah, Obama.
Bruh.
All right. Why don't
Probably
we
make me
start
OJ
to
Okay,
wrap
Simpson.
I'm
this
gonna I'm
up?
gonna email Obama. I want to. I'll see if I want to
Looking
see if he
make me
has like a
OJ
Wait,
Simpson.
public
you can
email.
email Obama. You should email
Bro,
him
make
your
me OJ
mail.
Simpson.
The office of Michelle Obama. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, let's get Michelle too. All of them.
He'll get
Uh,
Michelle
Michelle,
Send
Obama.
Barack.
message to President Obama. Prefix
Do it on
Mr.
Twitter.
Master. I'll
Okay,
send one
so
to.
what should I? Oh, what should I
Why don't
say?
we get Jimmy Carter in here too? Here, I'm gonna email Jimmy Carter.
Emailing random people on the podcast.
Do you even know who Jimmy Carter is?
Not really.
Oh, no, you know what? I think Jimmy Carter.
I think this is a good time we should
Let's
wrap
get
up the
Bill Clinton on
podcast.
here.
Yeah, should we
Bill
wrap up the
Clinton.
podcast now or nah?
I think we
Yeah.
probably. So
All
how
right.
long are we recording for? Like almost
45
an hour,
minutes.
45 minutes. Yeah.
Well, that's a good time.
Yep.
Well,
All
let me-
right. So
All right,
thank you. If
Brokowski's.
you've
Alright,
made it this far in the
Patrick,
podcast,
let
what
me
are
just
you?
say thank you for being on our podcast. Okay, it's
Welcome. I was waiting for the thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ungrateful.
we
Got a
needed
45
someone
minutes.
Yeah.
fast, and you really came through and helped us out. So thank you.
Because
Next
Derrien
time
was
we'll have Derrien on the podcast.
Yes.
And DM us on Instagram to um be
on our next podcast.
on our next podcast or in a future podcast. We'll have anybody on there.
Well, boys.
Also plug.
I'd love to.
Okay, Brokowski's. Yeah, we're stopping recording now.